Hello there, Soap family. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful Tuesday, and I am absolutely buzzing with energy. Grab your coffee, your tea, or maybe something stronger, because we have an insane amount of Port Charles drama to unpack today. Let's get right into it. I am screaming. I literally just finished reading the spoilers for Tuesday, June 30, and my brain is melting out of my ears. Can we talk about this? I mean, I have been watching General Hospital for over a decade, and sometimes they do things that make me want to throw my remote at the TV, but this is peak daytime drama. I am typing this so fast because I just need to vent to people who actually get it. Are you guys seeing what they are doing with Danny Morgan right now? Because oh my god, they are turning him into a mini Jason and a mini Sunny all at once, and I am both here for it and completely terrified for his future. So, let's start with Sunny Corinthos and Alexis Davis. Because of course, Sunny is keeping secrets. When is he not? But this time, it's about Jason Morgan, and he is telling Alexis that he has to make sure Danny never finds out whatever it is he knows. I'm sorry, but what? Sunny has his people looking for Jason, who we know was last seen at a WSB black site in Jakarta, Indonesia. And Alexis is standing there, probably giving him that classic, exasperated Alexis look that we all know and love, filling him in on the fact that Danny literally broke into the WSB to try and help get his father out of prison. I mean, can we just pause and appreciate the sheer audacity of teenager Danny Morgan? He asked Sunny to let him join the mob so he could take out the WSB. I can't. I just can't. Part of me loves seeing Danny step up and be this fearless kid, but another part of me is like, Sam is going to have a literal heart attack when she realizes how deep her son is getting. And Sunny is worried about Danny's reaction if he finds out the truth. Wait, what is the truth? Does Sunny know that Jason took the fall for Rocco shooting Cullum? If Danny finds out Rocco is the reason Jason is in a hellhole in Jakarta, Danny's gonna lose his mind. I swear, the teenage drama is outshining the adults right now, and I am eating it up. And speaking of Danny being an absolute action hero, can we talk about him saving Charlotte Cassadine? I am obsessed with this dynamic. I know some people are loving the older characters' storylines, but personally, this next generation stuff is giving me life. So, Charlotte is in the Crimson office, right? Just minding her own business. And this creepy WSB agent Mark McKay corners her. He's literally about to put a chloroform-soaked cloth over her nose. Like, full-on vintage soap opera kidnapping style. We haven't seen a good chloroform kidnapping in a minute. But Danny had passed this guy near the elevator and got a bad vibe. Because of course he did. He has Jason Morgan's instincts running through his veins. Danny sneaks up behind the guy and bashes him in the head with a giant paperweight. Boom. Down goes the WSB agent. I was cheering at my screen. I mean, Charlotte is tough. She's a Cassadine for crying out loud. But she was struggling, and Danny just swooped in like a dark knight. Now he's got her safely hidden in the Quartermain boathouse. The Q boathouse. The site of so much historical drama. And now Danny has questions. He's looking at Charlotte like, why is Ross Cullum after you too? We all know Cullum needs leverage to stop Valentine from exposing him as a double agent to Z in Geneva. But Danny doesn't know all the political WSB chess moves. He just knows his friend was almost taken. I love this. I love them teaming up. Remember when they tried to make teenage storylines boring a few years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. But this WSB espionage stuff with the kids is pure gold. Danny is putting the pieces together, and I have a feeling he and Charlotte are going to cause some massive headaches for Cullum. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. We need to talk about the absolute mess happening at Windermere with Ross Cullum and Cassius Phazon. I still can't get over the fact that Nathan is actually Cassius. It makes my skin crawl every time I see him on screen. So Cullum gives Cassius a task. Cassius had just updated Cullum on the house that Jen Sidwell bought for Lucas Jones and Marco Rios. R.I.P. Marco, by the way. That whole situation is still so wild and traumatic for Lucas. Cullum looks Cassius dead in the eye and tells him he needs to be there to make sure Sidwell does not walk out of that house alive. Fatal orders. Cullum is playing no games. He wants Sidwell wiped off the map. But here is where I am contradicting myself and getting so confused, because I am emotional and trying to figure out the timeline in my head. The last time we saw Sidwell, he was trying to blackmail Willow Kane to let him stay in her house. Why on earth would Sidwell be begging Willow for a hideout if he has this house he bought for Lucas? Is Sidwell trying to set a trap? Is he pitting everyone against each other? I know Willow is currently married to Drew, and dealing with her own nightmare of Brooklyn framing her, so she definitely doesn't need Sidwell harassing her on top of it. But back to Sidwell and Cassius. Cassius let Sidwell escape earlier. So whose side is Cassius really on? Is he loyal to Cullum, or is he playing his own twisted game? I feel like Cassius is just trying to survive at this point, especially since Cullum is threatening Jocelyn too. Cassius is backed into a corner, and when a Faison is backed into a corner, people die. Am I the only one who thinks Cassius might actually try to kill Sidwell, but it's going to backfire horribly? I am dreading this showdown, but I also can't look away. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about the Francines. Because finally, Anna Devane is speaking her truth, and it is breaking my heart that Felicia is doubting her. I know it's realistic, but it hurts. So Anna is in the French psychiatric facility, and she just flat out reveals to Felicia that Nathan West is a fraud. She tells her he is Cassius Faison, and Felicia is just doubting her. I mean, I get it. Anna has been through a 9-month psychological torture chamber. She was gaslit, drugged, held captive at Windermere, made to believe Faison was alive. So of course Felicia thinks this is just Anna's trauma and paranoia talking. But we know Anna is right. Anna pulled a gray envelope from the middle of Emma's letters. What is in that envelope? Is it the proof? I am dying to know what she found. And guys, the explanation for how Cassius pulled this off is the sickest, most twisted thing this show has done in years. I've been watching since 2015, and this is the worst, most vile thing they've written, and I say that as a compliment to the writers because I am so triggered. We all wondered how Nathan passed the DNA and fingerprint tests when he came back to Port Charles. Well, Anna figured it out. Cassius somehow got access to the police database, secretly swapped his own DNA and fingerprints with Nathan's on file, and then I can barely even type this because it makes me so sick he dug Nathan up and had him cremated. He cremated his own twin brother to hide the evidence. I am furious. All caps. Furious. Maxie would literally die if she knew this. Liesl Obrecht is going to go on a murderous rampage when she finds out the full extent of this. I mean, can you imagine? Desecrating a grave just to steal a life? César Faison's legacy is just pure evil, and Cassius inherited every single ounce of it. He is a monster. Anna looks at Felicia and pleads, "Isn't it worth looking into my theory for your sake? For James's sake." Felicia has to believe her. She has to. If she just brushes this off, I am going to scream. Felicia is half of the legendary Frisco and Felicia duo. She has investigator instincts. She shouldn't just dismiss Anna as being crazy. She needs to take whatever is in that gray envelope, sneak back to Port Charles, and run her own tests. Because if Cassius gets near James again, I am going to lose it. He wants to have one last bonding session at the batting cages with James before he disappears. No! Keep him away from that child. I am just so overwhelmed by how good the pacing is right now. We have Danny turning into a vigilante, saving Charlotte from chloroform-wielding WSB agents. We have Sunny and Alexis trying to manage the fallout of Jason's imprisonment, while Danny is going rogue. We have Cullum issuing hit orders on Sidwell, and Cassius caught in the middle of a deadly WSB crossfire. And then we have Anna, our brilliant, beautiful Anna, sitting in a clinic in France with knitting needles, piecing together the most gruesome identity theft in Port Charles history. Let's circle back to Danny for a second, because my mind is still stuck on that paperweight. Did anyone else catch the symbolism there? Jason was always the enforcer, the blunt instrument for Sunny. And here is Danny, literally using a blunt instrument to take down a threat. It's poetic cinema, people. But it also makes me so sad for him. He just found out from Charlotte that Rocco shot Cullum and Jason took the fall. Danny is carrying so much betrayal right now. Rocco lied to him. The adults lied to him. The only person who told him the truth is Charlotte, and now he is protecting her. This is going to bond Danny and Charlotte in a way that is going to be unbreakable. I am calling it right now. They are going to be the next big power duo in Port Charles. And what about Sunny? He says he has to make sure Danny never finds out. Sunny, buddy, you are way too late. The kid knows. And when Sunny finds out that Danny knows, and that Danny is out here assaulting federal agents to protect Cassidines, Sunny is going to realize he has completely lost control of the situation. I kind of love seeing Sunny out of his depth with the younger generation. He can control the mob, he can trap Sidwell, but he cannot control a grieving, angry teenager with Jason Morgan's DNA. I also really need to know what Valentine is going to do when he finds out Cullum sent an agent to kidnap Charlotte. Valentine is on his way to Geneva to see Z, the head of the WSB. He is risking his freedom to expose Cullum and save Jocelyn and Liesel. But if he finds out Cullum targeted his daughter, Valentine is going to burn the WSB to the ground. There won't be a Geneva left. Cullum is getting so desperate. He is spiraling, ordering Cassius to kill Sidwell, sending agents after a teenager. Cullum knows his cold fusion project is falling apart, and he is lashing out. But seriously, the Sidwell thing is bugging me. Why did Sidwell buy a house for Lucas and Marco, only to end up on the run and begging Willow for a place to stay? Did he lose access to the house? Did Cullum freeze his assets? Or is Sidwell setting up Cassius to walk into a trap? Sidwell is ruthless. He held Lucas at gunpoint. I wouldn't put it past Sidwell to know that Cullum would send an assassin, and he's just waiting there to take Cassius out. Honestly, if Sidwell and Cassius take each other out, it might just solve half of poor Charles's problems right now. I know some people are loving Cassius and hoping for a redemption arc because he has Nathan's face, but personally, no. You do not dig up a beloved character, swap his DNA, cremate him, and get a redemption arc. I don't care how sad he looks at the batting cages with James. He is a fraud and a monster. Anna is the only one seeing clearly, even from a psychiatric facility in France. I need Anna to get out of there. I need her to come back, confront Cassius, and rip that fake Nathan mask right off his face in front of everyone. This episode is going to be legendary. I am going to be glued to my screen on Tuesday. Between Danny's heroics, Sunny's secrets, Cullum's hit orders, and Anna's gruesome revelations, General Hospital is firing on all cylinders. I am exhausted just typing all this out, but I had to get it out of my system. What do you guys think? Am I crazy for wanting Danny to embrace his inner Jason? Do you think Felicia will actually believe Anna? Let me know, because I'm going to be obsessing over this until the episode airs.